Hello, hello, hello. Oh, my drink's over there. Nehemiah, why'd my internet? Can you hear me my drink right there? Because I'm on a live and I don't want to like move.
What?
Oh, nothing. My internet is being weird. Hey, Amber. Hey, Cool Gamer. Hey, Mary. Hey, Parker. Literally just talked to myself, talking to my son. Um, Forgive the stuff behind me. I was putting together a bike, but I got down to one pedal and I'm missing one tiny little. Nehemiah, can you see if you can put that pedal on?
Ow.
Never mind.
You don't have to screw it.
No, it's not a screw. There, it's like something like I don't know.
What?
No, you just like when you organize. I know, Rena. Just never mind. Leave it there.
No, I got it.
You got it for real? Okay, don't break it. Anyways, hey, Pointer Lover. I was just on Sleuth's mom's channel, watching the Aiden's interview of Aiden's mom. If you can go check that out after this. And lefty, Lucy, righty, tighty. You just yeah. Hey, Boots Mama. That case is heartbreaking. And the more I hear about it, it definitely sounds like he had a mental break. It's just like gut wrenching. So please check that out and just pray that they can find them. She has an idea of where to look, but it's just getting the manpower and whatnot. So definitely watch that when you guys get a chance. Um, Rena, I hate organizing because then I'm like, hey Lucia, hey Jules, and I'm like, what am I gonna do with this stuff? Nehemiah, it's okay.
No, I got
You got it? Well then stop whining. Anyways, all right, we've got a really cool case. So solo, y'all, to hear Aiden's mom and know that this baby, I'll let you watch it. I'm not gonna, because I want you to watch this interview, but to hear her talk about knowing that he was trying at the end to get service is just to call. I can't see. I'm gonna start crying. It was the heart, you know how I am with some of these cases, the listening to her, just the helplessness she felt. It's just so definitely please listen to her later on Sleuth Mom's channel. It's a tough one. So use tissues. Anyways, we are going to talk about Megan Walsh and John Walsh today, but we're also going to talk a little bit about the Adam Walsh case because now I have gone down a rabbit hole with Adam Walsh, and this is insane. Like his case is insane. So I've got pictures and stuff. So let's talk about key players here.
it. How are you?
So John Walsh was the founder of the, I believe, what's it called? National Missing Children's, that big thing, because of his son, Adam Walsh. Adam is his son that was kidnapped, and my one son's in there, and decapitated, and the case is closed because, well, let me start. Megan Walsh was born a year after Adam died. Okay, so she's one, and then he has two other boys. So there's three kids in a whole. All right, so we know John Walsh as the America's Most Wanted guy. Well, it is alleged by Megan, his daughter, she started getting phone calls that Adam was alive. I don't necessarily know that I think that's true. However, apparently, according to Megan, when she went to her dad and started questioning Adam, things went south with their relationship. Um, he was able to get. It's always been alleged that John Walsh has paid certain people off, police and whatnot. Because if you remember correctly, before John Walsh's son was killed, he was a very, very wealthy hotel owner. So she claims that CPS came in and took her three kids, And then 5 days after her last baby was born, CPS came. So we're gonna watch a little bit of the video of that, but it just gets crazy. And I'll tell you why it all fits together here. If I can get this to work. But when I start showing you guys stuff, whoo, it's nuts. Whoops. Here we go. Let me see if you guys can see it. I got 67 tabs open. All right, it's kind of hard to see, but you'll get the gist. Oh.
By law to keep us together, offer services, come in the home, do whatever. But by law, they are supposed to first and foremost, family first. Sunshine law, you guys know this. This is my 4th and 14th Amendment being violated.
No, SA, this is Megan Walsh, John Walsh's.
This is a fraud
I will,
report,
Jules.
and that is criminal. It is.
This is 5 days after her last baby was born. This is the
My
police
baby separated them
and
with the
CPS.
system. This is a national issue, sir, and you know that. No, I'm talking about. I'm glad. Well,
you can hear him mention John.
Walsh will be lying. God forbid.
I know, Amber. You can hear him mention John.
This is by law. You are supposed to keep us together. I take the whole baby in the system with strangers when I am here. This is a fraud report. I have the documentation. I've done nothing wrong.
Okay, thanks, Jules.
One way or the other, and listen, you can work with them.
That's what they're obligated to do, sir, is to keep the baby, do everything in their power to keep the
5
baby. That is
days.
severe abuse to remove a baby from primary care.
Hey, Punkat.
It is. That is their obligation as a service and to the people. No, you would not ever have to do that. Please stop threatening that. I understand that, but this is my baby. This is my child. They have stolen my other 3 children. Everyone knows that. That's ignorant to say, sir, because this is a small town. I thought that you were a different officer. I'm sorry, at first through a window. I apologize. It was a mistake, sir.
I understand your upset.
And I'm very calm for what's going on.
I know, Solo.
This is just fundamentally and in truth. This is fraud. This is fraud. It's criminal. I want to make a police report right now, please.
But you also need to understand, too, John doesn't have the kids. They're in foster care.
And then you can work with DCF, whatever you have to do to try to get your child.
No, that doesn't happen. They're trying to adopt my other children under fraud.
So we got them taken away from the mother to go into foster care.
Please, you all do the right thing.
I'll go over it real quick. Well, yeah, I don't know about that.
Anyone will be terrified.
The part that's scrolling on the bottom of the screen, I
when
can't.
this is fraud,
This
you've
is
been
her
harassed
theory.
for a year, you would not be okay with this, sir. You would do everything.
There is some proof, I'll explain
On
in
a
1
fraud
second.
case.
I don't.
I understand, but you have to listen.
I know, Jen.
I know.
I am listening.
We're supposed to all do everything to protect children.
Listen, I understand you're upset. I understand.
I'm terrified. It's not okay. And it keeps going on. Everyone knows that this is fraud and this is retaliation from my father. Everyone knows that, sir. Across this country.
So I'm going to stop that because I'll tell you why. It goes on for like 2 hours. There is a lot of proof of that essay. There is, so just in case you're just coming in, I'll recap really quickly. This is Megan Walsh, which is John Walsh's daughter. He was the founder of the National Missing Children organization. Let me clarify something. The organization as a whole, I don't think is bad. I don't necessarily know that, hey, Diana, that John is bad. I think that there are some interesting things that have happened. But I think, like with, how do you explain, like with any organization as a whole, as big as that is, like it still does some really great things. It doesn't mean just because the person that founded the organization, do you see what I'm saying? Like, we need the do you know? So he did have three, yep, exactly. He had three of her children removed, and this baby, 5 days old, he had removed. She does, from what I've heard, seen people say, she does have some mental health issues. Well, allegedly, that's what John has said. So they are not, hey, rebellious, they are not with John, though. They're in foster care. So one of the allegations that has been made is that John, so I know one of the cases, I can't remember, it was a really, really big one. I want to say Madeline, but I know there was a couple cases that John really, really jeopardized. He announced their pointer lover. He made there was all sorts of claims that were just, I'll have to see, they're very, but this is the problem, pointer lover. There's been no one specific reason that I found. If somebody finds it, that's awesome, but I've searched for days. It's really bizarre because this is really, really on the DL. Yeah, and the cops, I mean, they're told to go out. But it is alleged that John has always had a very, because they lost the entire car in his son's murder for evidence. Like, there's always been some speculation that there's some behind the scenes things with John Walsh that people don't know about, and he's not this hero guy that he's made out to be. I do know that it was right after Megan started questioning about Adam that things really took a turn for the worse. I know, Mary. See, that's what's weird. See, Mary hasn't either. That's what's weird. Something isn't right. And she's coming off of having a baby 5 days ago, you all, and now these kids are in foster care. And I'm not saying, but what do we say, right? Like, no matter what, they're usually, as long as they're safe, better within with their parents. So the things, I want to go back to Adam Walsh, and the reason I started digging into Adam Walsh, and because I think it's important. So what I did not know about Adam Walsh, think of all the case. Right, exactly. What I did not know about Adam Walsh is that so his mom, Reeve is her name. Let's just go to the pages I was going to show you. This case is like a rabbit hole. So in case you don't realize, this case was closed in 2008. They've really never ever confirmed 100%. Yeah, I don't know, Amanda. Hey, Pamela. They have never they have never actually solid, beyond reasonable doubt, said that they know who they are. They are pretty sure that it's Otis O'Toole. Otis O'Toole was a serial killer. He confessed to the crime several times, but then recanted it. And what they realized was that he was taking, like, things that he would watch and stuff in prison, he was taking those stories and then confessing to the crimes. Okay, so then it was between him, hey Danielle, but between him and Jeffrey Dahmer, all right, is that they alleged. So they said that Dahmer said, I didn't do it, right? And O'Toole said, I did it with Henry Lucas, which apparently was a serial killer as well. However, Henry Lucas ended up finding out he was in prison during that time, so he couldn't have done it. So in 2008, they closed the case. O'Toole died in prison. They closed the case and said that, as far as they're concerned, it's O'Toole. So, but let's look at some of the stuff that is just wild. Wait till you guys see. Brace yourself, okay? I didn't know how interesting this case was until now. All right. I'm addicted now, guys. Okay. I've got some things here. Uh, 1 second. Let me just, I'm sorry, guys. My daughter's calling. I just have to make sure she's okay. Hello? I'm on a live, but yes. Yeah, I'll be there eventually. I love you. Bye. Oh, okay. Exactly, Solo. Hey, Molly. Hope you're having a Hey, MJ's life. Yes, Gen 8. Thank you for reminding me that, Jen. And wait, Amber, MJ's life, my mods, can you guys refocus me in a second? Jen, thank you for the Cash App. And there's somebody else that donated a little bit, and I just wanted to thank them, but I don't want to dox their name, so thank you. Thank you, guys. So why am I not on screen? Oh, there we go. Okay, so just so you guys know, what happened was Adam Walsh, Reeve, the mom, went to Sears with him. She left him to play video games at the Atari. There was an Atari set up there at Sears, and apparently at that time, that's what you did. She left him there to go look at a lamp, she claims. Well, apparently he got in a scuffle with, yes, they did, Jen. He got in a scuffle with the other boys, typical, like, he won't let me play, blah, blah. So there was a young female teenager security guard, older teen. So she made them leave. Well, it's alleged that Otis took him from the entrance of the Sears and took him. It is alleged that Otis started driving with him and he then started crying for his mom. So Otis knocked him out. And it is then said that he got him out of the car along the highway and took him to some meter room where he decapitated him. Later, then the head was found in a canal along the highway, but the body has never been found. So then John and Reeve tried to sue Sears, but what ended up coming out was she claimed she left him for 5 minutes. Video surveillance confirmed she left him for 90 minutes. It also came out 6. Yes, John Walsh. This is Adam. Molly, what did you hear? I'm curious. Because I'm just going off their website. This is Adam Walsh, 90 minutes, Pointer Lover, according to the lawsuit of Sears that I found, according to the results. Yes, John Walsh's daughter Megan is the one that he took when she started questioning about Adam. CPS took her kids. Am I right, Danielle? Molly, I'd be interested though to know what you heard. So 90 minutes, it is alleged that it ended up coming out by a guy that lived with him, Jimmy Campbell, was Adam's godfather. Well, oh really, Molly? Yeah. Well, let me look into that later, but oh, I know. This whole case is graphic. Yeah, I know MJ's life. Yep, 90 minutes. And guys, it also came out that they think she was actually doing coke. So they ended up withdrawing from that case of Sears because it turned out that John and Reeve were actually cocaine addicts, and Reeve was sleeping with Jimmy Campbell, Adam's godfather at the time. 90 minutes. No, Molly, that's completely okay. That's totally okay, yeah. They have images here. Obviously, they don't show you the head, but it's just, yeah. So, I mean, there was no denying the video surveillance. So let's look at just a little bit. So Otis O'Toole, let's just talk about him for a second. This is the guy that they claim did it. So he was quite the tool. He lived in Jacksonville, Florida, Springfield. He was the youngest of 9. His father was an alcoholic. His mother suffered from mental illness. One brother is confined to, at this time, mental institution, and one sister committed suicide. Yeah, that's just, I mean, his childhood was just absolutely atrocious. He was the lover of Henry Lucas. Says he was a homosexual all of his life and learned sexual activities from the man next door. Okay. He was arrested in Jacksonville, Florida, Savannah, Georgia, Ashland, Kentucky, Birmingham, Alabama for thefts, all that stuff. So let's go down to where he stated he was in love with Henry Lucas. He has a photo of him. I mean, he dismembered a ton of bodies. I'm trying to go down to where it tells about. Oh, these are just the people that he's allegedly dismembered. So let's go to a few of the. I believe most of what my. Yeah, I don't necessarily think that. Yeah, it wasn't Pointer Lover. The MJ's life, she is very, very convinced about that because there have been calls to her there have been calls from my understanding from somebody saying Adam is still alive and stuff. So, I mean, it kind of stinks because they're messing with her head too if he's not. But let's go to some photos here. Let me go over what they allege here. This is what the final findings were. So yeah, after more than 90, so 90 minutes. Cause of his death was asphyxiation, but then obviously, so this is what they say happened. Where are you guys? All right, I know. So they say that Otis O'Toole met him by the front exterior of Sears after being instructed to leave by the security guard. Oh, now remember, this is Toole says that, hey, Vicky, that he lured Adam into his 1971 white Cadillac, which had a damaged bumper, with promises of toys and candy. He then proceeded to drive north on Interstate 95 towards Jacksonville. According to Toole, Adam, at first docile and compliant, began to panic as they drove. Toole punched him in the face, but just made the situation worse. So then he walloped him unconscious. That was Toole's words. While driving. While Adam was unconscious, Toole drove north to a deserted road. When Toole realized that Adam was still breathing, he strangled him to death with a seatbelt. Hey, Sleuth Mom, dragged him out of the car and decapitated him with a machete. Toole also claimed to have incinerated the body in an old refrigerator when he returned to Jacksonville. He claimed that he wanted to make Adam his adopted son, but then realized that was not feasible. Here, listen to this. The source of the blood found in Toole's car could not be identified. You ready? The police, hey, lovely lady, the police ultimately lost the bloodstained carpet from the car, the machete said to have been used to decapitate Adam, and eventually the car itself. Toole, a confident and convicted serial killer, repeatedly confessed and then retracted the accounts of his involvement. I know, Molly. Amber, can you write in the chat trigger warning? I am so terrible at this, doing the trigger warning, and then I'll pin it. Hi, lovely lady. Yeah, guys, did you catch that? The source of blood found in Toole's car could not be identified, and eventually they lost everything, including the car. All right, Jules, I'll check it out. Yeah. Toole was never charged in Adam's case, although he provided seemingly accurate descriptions as to how he committed the crime. Netflix's confession tapes show footage of him being fed information from interrogators, and he later confessed to several cases he had no involvement in. Oh, you're good, Rena. Exactly. Like, how do you lose a car? And blood is unidentifiable? So they went on the fact that several witnesses placed him in the Hollywood area in the days leading up to Adam's disappearance. He died at 49. Okay, so let's go on now to Dahmer. I know, Sleuth Mom. It's like they think they get some serious, like, I know, love my Charlie. It's sad. I had to stop it because it was just too sad. I know, Amber. It's so then Dahmer, right? Because Dahmer was another one that was a big suspect in this. Dahmer was arrested in Wisconsin. We know that. He was also named a suspect. Dahmer's father called America's Most Wanted hotline soon after his son's arrest to claim that he believed his son was a pedophile. Yeah, got it. Dahmer was living in Miami Beach at the time of Walsh's murder, and two eyewitnesses placed him at the mall on the day that Adam was abducted. One claim said that they saw him in the toy department. The other said they saw a young blonde man with a protruding chin throw a struggling child into a blue van, speed off. Both witnesses recognized the man they had seen as Dahmer. Reports did reveal that at the time of Dahmer's, where he worked, did have a blue van. Dahmer repeatedly denied his involvement. He states, trigger warning on this, I've told you everything, how I killed them, how I cooked them, who I ate. Why wouldn't I tell you if I did this to somebody else? What the frick? In 2008, they closed the case, basically saying, yeah, Sleuth Mom, that was amazing. I know, Jules. Yeah. Well, if I'll be watching Jules' video later and playing it, but so hold on, let me go to, so here's some, let's go to this for a second. So this, let's go to this. It's just some of the highway of where he was found. So he was found like in here in the canal area. But there was one I wanted to show you. There was one that was important to show you. This diagram right here is important because Jeffrey Dahmer was placed. So look where the severed head, this is so bad. I'm sorry, guys. This is where his one body part was found. Jeffrey Dahmer was seen up here by the pier with a white bucket on August 7th. They found the thing here on August 10th. I mean, it's oh wait, you guys can't even, how are you not seeing it? Yeah, you're not seeing it, are you?
I don't know where Nehemiah's at.
He's here.
He's okay. I'm gonna go build Nehemiah's blood.
Oh, I've already built it. Just hold on, babe. Hold on, I've got to show you the actual, how about I show you guys the actual picture? Oh my gosh.
Where is it?
Haven, it's in the thing, in the kitchen. I just need one of the, okay, here we go. There you go. Okay, so if you can see where it says exactly Solo, where that part is. Haven, please do not take that. And then if you see up here where there's a little man walking, where it says blue van, August 7th. So that was August 7th, and August 10th is when that thing was found. And I'm saying that thing, you know, the head was found in that area right there. And now, so that was confirmed that Dahmer was placed there, like by several sources, 3 days beforehand. So, I mean, that's not nothing. Now let's go to just give me 1 second here. There's some pretty good pictures I want you guys to see.
I'm gonna try his bike out outside, okay?
Okay.
Make sure it's
Shh.
actually built right.
All right, so here we go. Okay, so this is in the meter room. You can see the blood spattered. As well as, hold on, there's a better, there we go, that's what I wanted.
I schooled the boys in football today.
So this is where it's actually believed that the worst of the crime took place, in this meter room right here, which is horribly sad. It's just senseless. Also, here is the possible murder weapons that they found. Just terrible. But now, keep in mind, y'all, there isn't any left because they've lost them. Well, and Solo, you're absolutely right. That's what Dahmer was saying. Why wouldn't I just tell you about it if, you know, it wouldn't make any sense for me not to just tell you. It's just, there is so much, you guys, that I'm going to have to dig into this case now. Here's another one. I know, right, Daniel? Melissa Jade, I can't remember if I said hi to you, but hi if I haven't. A car! A car! Like, how do you lose a car? Here's the belt. Which is just tragic. Oh, Jules, no. Hey, Jules, all of that stuff is good stuff. It's always good to know. That's what I don't understand, love my. So the theory is, Melissa Jade, where are you still here? I would love to know your thoughts on this. Can you please look at this case sometime? Because you like the conspiracies. I would say more, if anybody was, it would be more Dahmer than Tool. Let's see what else. This website here, justiceforadam.com, is incredible. Like I just found this beforehand, so I will be doing a deep dive into this case because it is a it's a really hard line because I do like National Missing Children, so I don't like, let's separate John Walsh from that, okay? But there is he was a very high up he was a very high up, a wealthy man. Sometimes when you're high, high do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, hey,
What?
let me see.
You want me to build this bike or not? You messed up a lot.
Haven.
Well, you just didn't make it tight enough on some of them.
Okay, let's I mean, we've got the case files, everything. Here's the game center at Sears if y'all want to see this. This is pretty crazy. Isn't it though, Punkette? You guys, I'm sorry. I know this is an old case, but now I'm down a rabbit hole. Yeah, right, Jules, right. This is the gaming center. Oh, you want to know what else is weird, you guys? That's the thing, Jen. That's the thing. And yes, exactly, Pointer Lover. Exactly, Punkette. Yep, I know. Love My Charlie, at the time, he owned a hotel. So, you know what the other thing that's weird is, y'all, is she just happened, Reeve, happened to run into her mother-in-law at the mall right when Adam went missing. Now, I'm not saying that that is beyond the realm of possibilities, but she said she coincidentally ran into her mother-in-law at the mall, who helped them look for 90 minutes. So let me see. Don't go anywhere because I want to see what else. Like, reading through the case incidents and stuff, there's just so much. So the polygraph says that it seems that John passed. Well, let's do this. Based on what the polygraph said, it said that he didn't show any physiological, whatever they do for polygraphs, that he was lying or not telling the truth. That, I mean, I don't necessarily think he had anything to do with it per se, but let's see what the crime scene report says here. Dude, you can't even read that. Bottle of water. Oh, hold on. How about I show you guys what I'm looking at? True, lovely lady. Whoops, wrong one. Let's look at this for a second. I knew very little about this case because I wasn't born. What was I born yet? 80. No, this was 80 when I was born, 82. All right, here is the so homicide says evidence was a bottle of water. So yeah, 8/13/81. I was just a twinkle at that time. So on the above stated date, so the 10th of 1981, the undersigned, which means the police was called out to accompany Sergeant Nayland to Indian River County, Florida, in an investigation of a human head found at mile marker 130. Upon our arrival, they conducted, something to the morgue. Wow. So this just pretty much says. Now, one of the people, right, I know, so I know, lovely lady. Wow, Jules. So one of the cops, the investigators that did actually look at the case, said that he'll never forget the in O'Toole's back. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. Back floorboard. I'll show you. He could see like a person's face, like the blood outline of a face, but they never could really pinpoint whose it was because they lost the car. Yes, MJ's life. That's the most terrible part is that, yeah. Where was that? It was down. I wonder what junk evidence means. Oh, shoot. I'll have to go through all of this because there's just so many police reports and there was one. Jeffrey Dahmer was one messed up dude. Okay, so we'll go through that. Well, I'm gonna go through all this and then
Petunia's tipped over.
we'll go over this all when another time. But my mom just came in. What? Good question. She begged them.
This is mommy didn't tighten everything.
Why are Megan's kids? That's what I don't know, Love My Charlie. I don't know if like some reason they have to go for until like court is called or what. Mom, you remember when Adam Walsh died, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at this case. It's crazy. I'm on a rabbit hole with this case.
She's not.
Where can I see the man that's supposed to be? Oh, hold on. I'll look it up. Or are you leaving? Like, are you guys leaving now on your way out?
Oh.
I don't know, Danielle. That's a good question. I'm going to the email to check out that video, and I'll check. Okay, hold on. I'm going to find it. If it's really long, we won't watch all of it, but we'll watch some of it.
5.
All right, one moment. I know Megan was married before, but I think she's still. Oh, okay. It's not cooperating. Here we go, got it. All right, here we go. Let's check this out.
In history that this news is being broken, and also this is going to mean some major changes. You see, there are many people who support those that are out there, like CPS News Network, that support those that are out there, like myself, Punished for Protecting News, and advocates that work tirelessly to prove what is happening in this country and abroad. So please get your friends on this video, because even people that have never experienced the evils and the damages of family court, CPS, many of the law enforcement, and a lot of this corrupted system, and what we've been exposing over a period of months now with regards to
Okay,
interviews
so let me
with
fast
Megan
forward a little
Walsh
bit
and,
to actually
just
see him.
exposing John Walsh. And we went over a lot of your story, and I'm convinced.
Wait, is this the guy that claims
America
he's Adam?
is convinced. Everyone, if you don't know who this is, sorry, I've got to point. No, I got to point this way. Here to my left or your right. This is Adam Walsh. Adam also goes by Lily. I just want to let everybody know that.
Yeah,
and,
Adam's fine.
And Adam's fine. And what I'm going to do, Adam, we're gonna ask a lot of questions today. You guys are free to ask questions in the comments. I'm going to have my moderator see if question and things. She'll help me out with that as well. We talked, and I'm convinced. I'm convinced, guys. This is me. You may not be. I've even seen some evidence that I have no words for. But you know what, Adam? It's my years of experience, what I've witnessed over the years, what I've observed, that we've put the chain link answers, the bridges, if you will, of communication that
sorry, it's
point
glitchy.
to child trafficking industry and what they've done to families and children.
Right.
And now that we've been showing what the exploited has done over the years, this makes sense. So I'm going to have you, if you don't mind, go first.
I would like you to see my face right now.
And we're going to do a back and question conversation, so we can let the audience know why we believe and why you know and why you are indeed Adam.
Well, first of all,
that's okay.
I know I'm Adam because I'm the one with the memories and everything I've been through, and there's a lot of.
Really quick, guys. Really quick. No one here is saying this is true. This is just a theory that's come out. And so we're not saying this is true. No, Solo, they didn't. They found it in the canal. So, but this is a theory. This guy thinks he's Adam, and I'm not saying he's not, but we're just seeing this, most of us, for the first time. We'll watch some of it. But I want to make this very clear. Thank you, MJ's Life. We're just covering theories, and this has nothing, in my perspective, of missing kids. Like, that's separate from this. You know, like, we're not saying anything about the missing children's, you know, we need organizations like that. Oh, yes. But remember, Solo, so the problem is that they've lost everything. And they never found his body. Yeah, that's the hard part, guys. They lost a car. Like, I can see. Oh, we lost a piece of the carpet. We lost a piece of this. We lost a car and the blood didn't show it. Like, it must have been the Uvalde police. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm so sarcastic. Okay. That was a good one though. So Danielle, that's what I'm unsure. So they said that the DNA out of the blood, Danielle, came back inconclusive. Hey, Punksy. So yeah, it's hard with this because the last thing I want is people clipping me saying Parker says the missing children, blah blah blah. National. No, 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 that's not at all what I'm saying. Jackie, my daughter's now, so I can say this with they never found his body, so there was no fingerprints. All they ever had, guys, was a head, allegedly. There is a rumor that he was sold. There was we know John and Reeve, this was proven, were on a lot of cocaine. She was having a very big affair with the man that lived with them. I mean, that's been without a doubt. Why my heart breaks for Megan is because even if she's not a perfect parent, right? To hear her so helpless and to listen to her say that, like, they're making her feel crazy, you know, and I don't like when people do that. I don't like when people make some people feel crazy. Love my Charlie, that's a good question. Can somebody answer that in chat? Because I want to say they ended up burying it, but or burnt cremating it. I just can't remember. What did allegedly say? I missed it. Yeah, I mean, guys, I really will. I'm gonna need to understand how you lose a car, but hey, that's just me. All right, sorry, y'all. I'm getting sidetracked.
People out there that may not believe or not, but partly it's my fault. Over the years, I've kept silence about it. I haven't.
Do you understand if this guy turns out to be hit?
Anyone. I've been pretty much been on my own. Yeah, it's me there. For a lot of it, there's.
Exactly, Danielle.
I was born 11/14/74. I remember them putting me like in the foster homes and then putting me
Yeah,
in
it is
different
LFT. You're right.
lower level of
They got
schooling.
caught big time.
So
I'm gonna have you hold on a minute. Can you put camera?
You're right, Molly. It was in
Are
the
you
morgue.
holding it?
Yeah, I'm holding
And
it.
try not to be nervous. I know this is a lot. This
Okay.
is 40 years where you haven't been able to tell your story.
Yeah.
So
Um,
if you just there.
a lot of it with family is, especially when there's stuff going on when you're a child.
Exactly, pointer lover.
It's hard in the first place, and then when you get picked up by somebody, you know, like Otis Toole, who's
I mean, he looks more like Otis to me than he does Walsh.
different.
That's what I think, pointer lover.
It's hard to put on words on it. He was.
So do I, Danielle, because the other kids look very similar.
He wanted me to be his son. Like I was the perfect boy everywhere, you know. Like John said, order out a catalog, you could have me.
Exactly,
you know?
MJ's life. And Jules and
It's just
Tia sent me these two. Tia sent me this too. So this
I'm
is,
drawing a
you know,
blank.
this is just a theory, guys. No one's
It's
saying they
okay.
believe this either.
I'm going to go back to the first part. So the
Yeah.
first part we discussed today was in 1981, you were left at a mall by your mother, Meghan Walsh. You were left at a mall.
Yeah,
Florida?
we went in
Tell
and
us about that.
yeah. Well, I'd have to start a little bit before that. Starting that day, I was over at my grandmother's.
Mm.
John came over and picked me up. Then we proceeded to go up to where the horses are to go get Mom. Then after that, we left there, and then John had to go to work, so we had to drop him off. And then we went to the mall at Sears, and then she went over to the Lamps, and I was going to go check out the new arcade game. But when that happened, I
You at the
noticed
time. How old were you at that time? Just so the audience
So that's
doesn't
all
know,
written, you know,
were
that's
was
all
6
in the
years
news.
old.
We heard.
I was 6.
6 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. To your DNA, we're going to get to the DNA, guys. We're going to get to all of it, but keep asking. Keep
Okay.
asking.
So yeah, so she left me there by the arcade game, and then they had a fight there. So the security guard kicked all the children out of the building, and I was amongst the kids being kicked out of the building, away from the parent, inside the
I know,
mall.
Solo, and a lot of this was written, you know, like we could find this right now. I just read this.
So at that point now, so your mom like literally left you. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on a minute. Let's bring our guest back in. Hold on there.
There you go.
We were trying to do a double screen and kick. So during that time, this is the day now. If anybody that doesn't understand this, most people we're preaching to the choir here that know about the Adam Walsh situation, which is what frontlined or
Now, I
Mickey
will say that
exploited
one
John
thing
Walsh, the whole thing, and then if you've been following what's been happening to Megan Walsh and the
one thing I did
situation
not
with
have
that.
not seen yet is he did say he was at his
This woman-
grandmother's. So
Okay, and I have some evidence today that I'm going to show you guys that I'm like, there's no way that this isn't true, but it's up to you. We're not getting out the information for you today. Okay, there's certainly enough questions, at the very least. But at 6 years old, Adam was in the mall at 6 years old, correct, Adam? 6 years old, left in the mall
Yeah, that's correct.
by your mother, your mom, John Walsh's wife, and you were left with other kids. What were their ages?
About my age. Some were older, like 12, who were they were hogging the game system, so I didn't get a chance to play it.
I mean, he's reciting basically.
There's this girl that was there
That's true,
was trying to play, and she wandered off to one of the clothes aisles, and that's when I noticed Otis Toole kind of hitting on her, and so I went over there and said, "Hey, that's not appropriate, and what do you think you're doing?" And I grabbed her hand and took her back up to the arcade. And then after that, when we all got kicked out, I took her to a blue van outside, where I told her mother or somebody, or some girl, that tell somebody there's something going to happen, because I knew kind of an idea that he was going to do something. So then I went back into Sears, and that's when I went in the vehicle with him, and then we disappeared off yonder.
This is the moment. This is that moment. But you have to remember, these are unattended children, including John.
He just combined
Walsh,
two different stories.
Right.
Mother Walsh left at the mall. Do you want to tell the audience what she had said to you earlier that day, or is that something you want to not remember?
I asked her if I could play the arcade. She said, "Yeah, go ahead." And I said, "I love you, Mom," and then I left. We really didn't say anything. She was very quiet that day.
Yeah, so
because of the argument that we had the day before.
That's the one we're talking about, the argument.
Oh my gosh,
you want to
lovely
tell the
lady.
audience about that? Because this is where I think it ties. This ties.
Well, the day before, I was working cursive with John and Campbell and
Jimmy's the guy mom was
come
having an
out,
affair with.
and like, how will you go to the water slides or whatever? And so we went to the water slides, and in the car ride, she's all, well, we're going to dump John and throw him to the street, and I'm going to go with Campbell. What do you think of Campbell being your dad? And I'm like, I'm going to throw you to the street, and I'm keeping John.
So now
And
this is Mr. Campbell, who
that
was
was the day
squeezed around
before,
a
yeah.
lot. That was the day before. There's a question coming up right now. We might as well go ahead and touch that. So how old are you now? How old is he now?
Well, I was born in 74, so 47. Right?
And I have another question, and this is obviously a big part of the interview today. You reached out to your parents. Have you reached out to John Walsh?
I called him once or twice, pretty much wrong number.
Does he look like he's on something?
He said to me once, other times I couldn't get through.
He answered the phone, and when you said, "Hi, I'm Adam Walsh, your son," he said,
You
Hold
must
on.
have the wrong number. Yeah.
Okay. So it's an hour long, guys, so I don't want to watch all of it, but I can pin it to like my community post or whatever. Thank you, Jules and Tia, for sending that to me. It is crazy out there. It's a little bit weird that, like these days, it's just there are a few facts that he said in there that I'm curious where he did combine a couple two stories. The one thing is he okay, Jules? The one thing, yeah, maybe lovely lady. So that sounded like, I hope I didn't sound insensitive. There is one, he said he did have a couple details that I don't remember reading, but I was wondering if once I go through this web page, I don't know, Jen. Right now, I don't. And it's not that I'm not willing to watch it with you guys. It's an hour and some long. I don't know yet, Jen. My gut says no, but I also know. But you have to remember, too, is Megan got these calls to the best of my knowledge. So this guy, I believe, is. That's what we don't know, Danielle. I've been looking, Molly, if you're still here, I can't find anywhere. I do know that it said that they put his head into like the morgue, but I don't know what happened to it after then. This website, Justice for Adam, guys, I will post it as well. I would really like to, if you guys are at all interested, dive into this case a little bit. I thought it was a pretty cut and dry case, but based on what I just read too, was that the case was closed in 2008 because they don't have any more evidence. And O'Toole's dead. And before he died, he recanted everything. And the problem with Toole was he continually made up stories. And because they say, it literally says, because no new evidence has come to light, this case is deemed closed. Okay, LFT, they did do a dental record then? Okay, so yeah, that would be difficult for me. Yep. I mean, right, exactly what MJ's life said, like, well, as a creator, you've got to vet, I mean, you've got to have some pretty to come forward with something like that, but do the DNA and just put it to rest. That's right, LFT, because isn't that LFT how true, Jules, LFT, that's how they identified him, correct? You're right, Jules. Yeah, I mean, this case is definitely not cut and dry. I mean, you've got Dahmer spotted at the place where his head is 3 days before. You've got a kid alone for 90 minutes. You've got Toole who confessed to it, but then recanted and confessed to hundreds of murders, which I am now in studying. Like, I've been sending Alex this stuff. If you just look at Don Wells, he took a lot of stuff from his playbook of excuses from Evelyn Boswell case. It's just maddening. So I guess it is. I saw it in this chat too, that people often will take other, hey Shay, no worries. We'll take DNA for 500, Alex. We'll take stories from other criminals. It's just bizarre. He also said he went to the dentist before and they didn't understand why they were doing stuff to his. Wow, Jules. Yeah, Danielle. Yeah, MJ's life. We're gonna be like, I'm not gonna be able to. We're gonna have to do this, and yeah, I'm not gonna be able to not do this. It's to. I'll post not only the link to that video, but also the link to the Justice for Adam website. And Monday we might look into this again and do Lena on Tuesday. This weekend I will be pretty much MIA. Tomorrow's my son's 10th birthday, and he's my last baby, and I'm struggling way more with him than with my. And then Sunday's Father's Day, but yeah, Jules, I'm gonna pop that onto my community page and watch it later. Yeah, exactly, Solo. Like this dude kind of combined two stories. What was hard for me to believe a 6-year-old would go get that girl, who we thought was being hit on by Toole. That was all right, true crime and coffee. That was a little more difficult for me to believe, but I'm not saying it's not possible. Yeah, it's his 10th birthday, and my oldest one was like, "Why didn't you get all this like emotional when we turned 10?" I was like, "Because I like him better." No, but there's something about when your last one turns 10, I didn't think I would experience. That's just like, I don't know. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, it's a weird feeling. It's just a really weird feeling. That's true, lovely lady. All right, MJ's life. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, and well, and I think too, because Tuesday he graduates kindergarten, elementary school, and goes on to middle school next year, and everything's different. Like when he found out there was no more recess in middle school, he was like, "What?" But it's that just, man, I give parents credit, college and stuff. Oh, no, MJ's life. Please drop your link and drop Brittany's link. You guys have to remember, I am terrible at link dropping. Well, Brittany, why don't we just do it together? Oh, Pointer, I know, I have to. Like, allegedly we should, oh, well, I don't want to interfere with you and Jen, though. But if you just want to do it together, because this case, guys, when you see this website, I mean, I'm telling you, there is so much info. Based on this website, I don't think this person thinks that it's been solved yet either. What my heart breaks for Megan is, can you imagine if somebody was calling you saying, "I'm your brother, so she was born a year after Adam was killed, and we know, like in those situations, okay, Adam was killed gruesomely, okay, Megan, John and John finds out Reeve's having an affair with Campbell gets kicked out, they're doing coke and drugs. Okay, fast forward, Megan's born. Like, there's a lot of trauma that must have gone into the, childhood. Then you got somebody calling and saying, "I'm your brother. Your brother's still alive. Your dad is in this ring." Like, her mind is probably spinning. People have probably given her facts of some truths that has probably gone on behind the scenes over the years. And now you're being gaslighted Oh, thanks, lovely lady. Exactly, Solo, exactly. The trauma of that alone. And, you know, I think I'm so much on this because just listening to Aiden's story, anybody that just Solo, you were there, Aiden Clune, and listening to his mom. And I'm not sure if you guys, so you guys didn't hear this part. Aiden Clune is a 19-year-old boy that is missing close to where Dylan Rounds was. Um, it's assumed based on what the description, what, based on what everything has played out, that he probably had some sort of a mental break. But the saddest thing is that his mom had said that she would tell him to, he would touch his feet to the ground to kind of reground himself. And so they're thinking that, like, that's why he kept taking off his shoes. But they're thinking that he went so high up to the mountain because he was trying to ground himself, but was still battling with these voices and then could not get cell service. It's just a really, so I just feel like, I don't know. I can't imagine somebody taking my kids and nobody listening to me. Lovely lady, that's another great question. Is Megan's other brother younger than her? The one yes, let me give you the exact ages. In fact, I was going to do that. 1 second. It's just a lot of trauma to be born into. And if you guys did see that video, the cop clearly says John's name. Megan was born in 19, oh my gosh. So Adam was killed in 1981. Megan was born in 1982. That is a massive amount of trauma to be born into. Um, in fact, she was born. Don't you guys love how I just keep getting us in rabbit holes? Somebody came into chat the other day and said something, they had watched something on this, and so I was like, what? So Megan was born in 1982. Then there's Callahan. He was born in 1985. Hayden was born in 1994. So yeah, so it was Megan, and so it's Megan, and then there's like a 3-year gap. Man, that's rough. Oh, lovely lady, I know. So yeah, so I mean, Megan, poor Megan, gets born into it. I'm trying to, because I thought it was like, 1 second, don't leave me yet. Wow. Oh wait, her birthday is, okay, that's the wrong Megan Walsh because she wasn't born in 1997. Well, regardless, it says she was born in 1982 in July. Wow, that's like 11 months. Gosh. So you know what? Maybe she does have mental health issues and maybe she's not, but somebody said it in here. She was breastfeeding. I mean, do you know what? Taking away a 5-day-old baby is really should only be done in my opinion, in the absolute most horrific situations, because that is like a prime time for bonding and stuff. And it's just really, I do know, and I'm gonna have to go, there have been a couple cases where John has actually um hindered the investigation, and there was one in particular that I was trying to remember, that he released way too early, like something that was supposed to, yeah, and it like killed, I don't know, but yeah, so I would definitely, that they took it, yeah, it's hard too because the cop is pointer lover, the cop is you could tell brokenhearted himself, but there's nothing he can do, I mean, he could have broke it, he sat there for an hour with, she just to get somebody to listen to her. What a tough spot to be in. Oh, I don't know, so, but that's the thing. That's what they said even back then, was that he was known for a lot of pull with the police. And I mean, judging by the fact they lost the car, I'm starting to wonder if that's true, you know? There was a theory that because he did launch the, the missing children's and the John Walsh stuff right after Adam passed, so there was a theory that he sold Adam or had him so that they could his next business venture, but none of that I think can be proven, but I think we can do a deep dive into the actual case itself, because there's just, even I found this an hour before my live while I was listening to Sleuth Mom, and all I could think about was MJ's life, where one of the mods, can you drop Sleuth Mom's channel so everybody can watch Aiden's mom's interview? Exactly, Brittany. It's like that. It's just something's weird. Something's weird. And why 2008? So 2008, all of a sudden you say, there's no more, nothing's come to life, so it's closed. Like it just, it's just exactly, Danielle, exactly. I know, lovely lady. Exactly. I do like these websites too. This one I found that I'll post, the Justice for Adam, because I'm telling you, there is not a thing in that case that they don't have. I mean, they have everything right down to like every discovery from everything, just with it's amazing. It's so awesome. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and talk about this again. Jay, remind me to send you all that. Okay, I will for sure. On Yeah, Brittany, I definitely do. Monday. So if you guys find anything that you're like, oh, this is bizarre, can you please email it to me? Because there's so much stuff that the more everybody can like pick things out, the better. Also, quick change of topic. Did you guys see that Danielle Redlick, remember the case we talked about? The verdict was not guilty. Now, her testimony, um, they were abusive to each other. Holy cow, they were toxic to each other. Um, the prosecution, like, was laughable. It was so bad. It was so bad. They blew the whole case. Um, it was so bad. It was just like, what do you, what? I mean, the jury had really, their hands were tied. It was bad. But it's hard because there are no winners. You have to think like they're kids now. The daughter's 18 and the son is 14, but now they've been 3 years in a new routine with a family they really love. It's just so much. It's just a really sad situation, but gosh. Yes, he was. I know, Jen. I know, Jen. It's crazy. She was guilty for tampering with evidence. However, it will end up being time served, we're pretty sure, because she already served the 3.5 years. And the judge did give her a $15,000 bond. So all she needs to come up with is 1,500 and she'll be out of there. I bet she's out by tonight. Yeah, he was Love My Charlie. Both of them had extremely, extremely alcohol problems, constant, it was the defense. I mean, he was abusive they were abusive to each other. And then I sat there going to the prosecution like, what? Like, are you kidding me right now? So it was pretty bad. And I'm looking forward to the Kristen Smart case. Brittany's covering that. But anyways, that was just off. Yeah, it was just kind of off topic because I was like, what? But I more feel badly for the kids because The daughter's testimony, y'all. Remember how when we originally watched the daughter's testimony back when her first interview aired, she was all like pro mom and mom is this and mom is that. Well, fast forward 3 years and the real truth I think started to come out when she didn't feel obligated to her mom, and so her testimony was way different. And changed her opinion, I guess, on that, but still. So I just hope she doesn't get out and uproot the kids again. Yeah, exactly, Pointer Lover. It was totally too much beyond. The prosecution needed to give the jury something that showed that, yeah, they didn't get in an argument that day and this was self-defense, and they gave nothing. Yeah. Thank you, Brittany. Yes, thank you. I am terrible at channeling. So yeah, it was just really bad. But all right, y'all. Well, my little one is going to be home soon. So thank you, Brittany. Yeah, I am the worst person ever about dropping links because I forget. So you all have homework this weekend. Get into the John Walsh website that I'm about to post on my community page and start digging. We might solve a crime. We might dig. Is Dahmer still alive? Somebody tell me, is Dahmer still alive? LFT, can you send me that stuff too? Because I want to talk about it again Monday. Hold on, somebody's got to tell me if Dahmer's alive. Killed in prison. Perfect. Okay. All right, guys, have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.